I'm Victor Devon,
I'm Petra Fried
and this is Tonight.
on Murder, She Wrote.
Well, Jessica's bringing him to a house that he's basically sub-renting.
It's
It
very
has no
grandma.
personality
Look at those
whatsoever.
heavy mauve curtains.
If a person was living there, it would reek of cat piss. It's that
Absolutely.
kind of house. It's that
No
kind of
question.
house.
Look at this blonde wearing this Saved by the Bell dress,
Yes, it
right?
is very Trapper Keeper
Yes,
background.
Trapper Keeper.
Yeah. You thought it was going to be more fun because of that puppet thing, too.
I don't know. A Jack in the Box is never not scary. Always spooks.
Do 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 do.
Tonight on Murder, She Wrote.
No way in hell are you going to convince me that one of my boys could kill a man.
You coached him, I taught him.
Jesse, that was 20 years ago.
Oh my goodness. That was a demented Jack in the Box. The fuck, man.
It's the Riddler. This is the episode where the Riddler finally comes. Hey, I'm Victor Devon,
I'm Petra Fried.
and this
This
is
is Tonight
Tonight
on Murder,
on
She
Murder, She
Wrote.
Season
excited
4,
I am.
Episode 2. I know. This is When Thieves Fall Out, which our friend and colleague Pushing Up Roses has identified as one of the least popular episodes of the series.
Yeah, I need to watch that video because I love her content. I think it's so much fun. But what was the
I
reasoning?
think I think it's just a matter of data that she acquired.
Mm,
And I don't know if she included the non-Jessica episodes because I
fair.
think by virtue of it being a Bill Maher solo episode, it's the worst episode. Uh,
Hmm.
Goodbye Charlie is probably high up there. But as a Jessica centric episode, this evidently got the most votes from however she sourced.
Interesting. I like this episode. I mean, it's not my most favorite of the bunch, but I like it. I think there's fun things to talk about here.
It's a Cabot Cove episode. We've returned to
Yeah.
Cabot Cove for the first time in season 4.
Yes,
Um,
clock this cute extra that just walked by in the white suit. Oh
oh,
my gosh.
we love a hot guy in Murder
I
She
know.
Wrote.
I mean, right off the bat, might as well give ourselves a little eye candy.
It's our, this is the content they come
This is
for
the bread and butter, baby.
a drag queen and a burlesque clown on audio, just ogling extras from a TV show
Look at him. Look at
40
him.
years ago. He's very handsome.
He's
He's
very
very handsome.
cute. Hmm.
And he's got a little swing in his walk.
White
Just a
shoes,
little.
even. Come on. He's going on a boat soon, I think.
Very little Sal Mineo little
Hmm.
moment there.
Yeah. Anyway, you were saying.
Oh, well, just to say, so this is, as some Cabot Cove episodes tend to do, this is a neighborhood lore kind of episode. This is where we
Very
find
that.
about some of the eccentricities, the Twin Peaks of it all, the
Hmm.
nooks and crannies of small town America.
Yeah. The
And
politics of Cabot Cove and how these systems of
yeah,
people operate and what these relationships mean and who has power and who doesn't and who's allegiant to who. Yeah.
a lot of times those are away visits. So we did that with the cemetery vote, and we
Hmm.
learned about, Kate Gunnarsson and co running the business. We
Absolutely.
go to oh gosh, it hasn't happened yet. I think it might even be this season where we go to coal miner slaughter, where we learn
Hmm.
about horrible activities there.
Right. Our powder
Here,
keg community. Yeah.
this is at home.
Yeah.
This is at
This is more
home.
interesting because Jessica has relationships with these people.
That's true. And
Yeah.
admittedly, we've met almost none of them
No.
before.
And of course they all go way back. But
Yeah.
that's the beautiful work that Angela Lansbury does to create these relationships, right? Like I buy it. I buy that
Yeah, we
she
believe it.
knows and cares about these people.
Well, because it's also interesting because right off the bat, she's meeting someone that she doesn't know, and we
Hmm.
get a very different vibe from her. So this is good acting. So in an episode where she's engaging with people that she has a year's worth of, like many years worth of acknowledgement, and someone she's meeting right off the bat,
Hmm.
entirely different engagement,
Oh yeah.
entirely different response.
I like that he's the variable that changes things here. I think it's a really strong way to work this episode. This is John
Yeah.
Glover, who we've seen already as Franz
Yeah, he's using his natural accent
in
here,
One Right Way.
more or
I think this
less.
is a much stronger showing for him, frankly.
Uh, Gay icon John Glover. You may know him as Lionel Luthor from Smallville. You may know
Hmm.
him as Dr. Woodrow from Batman and Robin. This is a far less flashy role,
Yes,
but by no
he's in
means.
Scrooged. He's the producer that
Yes, he's in
takes over in
Gremlins
Scrooge,
2.
Gremlins 2, as the
Uh, he plays
media
sleazy
man.
really well.
He sure
Plays
does.
sleazy really well.
He's not sleazy in this, but he is ominous. There is
He
something
is.
very
We're waiting for that shoe
calculated
to
and
drop.
oh, it's I love it. Much the way like our David, played by Leslie Nielsen, sort of shows up, and you know that there's something else going on there. Obviously,
Hmm.
the reveal
Hmm.
is a little more clear here what's happening, but we'll get into that.
Well, Jessica's bringing him to a house that he's basically subrenting
Yeah,
for a period of time.
this
And she was the
dowdy
one
ass
who was
house.
given, well,
Yikes!
it's very renter friendly.
It's
It
very
has no
grandma.
personality
Look at
whatsoever.
those heavy mauve curtains.
Yeah. It's a little bed and breakfast doily. Yeah. If a person was living there, it would reek of cat piss. It's that
Absolutely,
kind of house. It's that
no
kind of
question.
house.
Yeah,
But
it
he's there,
looks like
and
it's full of mothballs. Yeah.
it just so happens that he arrived on the day that they're honoring with the high school coach for so many years of service, right?
Coach Kevin Caldwell. Yep. Coach Kevin, played by Kenneth
Coach
McMillan, who
Kevin.
we haven't met just yet. We're meeting an assortment of generic white guys in the meantime.
Yeah. One who's a little bit more distinctive because he happens to be in a wheelchair
Yep.
and he is cranky. And he's talking to this guy.
Who's the judge? Yeah. Why don't we lay
Yeah,
out the four characters here that we're talking about?
sure.
There's Arnie. He's the sort of swarthy, olive-skinned one in the wheelchair. There's
Mm.
Judge Perry, who is a very handsome guy, I might add, but a judge in his
He's,
very
yeah,
judgy office. Then
that's
we
that's an
have,
expensive suit. Expensive suit,
yeah,
man.
we have Bill Hampton, who runs the auto shop and the car dealership, and then another guy who showed up briefly who got fired, named Dan Pulling, who was a drunk. So those are our four white guys here. I have to
Bonus
admit,
white guy John Glover, who is already showing the most distinction.
absolutely,
Uh,
yeah.
he's got
John
an
Glover,
interesting face.
John Glover, yeah, he looks animated to me.
Yeah, he's also aged very well, I feel.
Absolutely,
I don't know
yeah.
if you've seen what he presently looks like.
Mm-hmm.
His Lionel Luthor is devious because he's really the villain in that
Mm-hmm.
show. Um,
He does just get like better and better looking. I will
yeah,
admit
well,
he is.
he's
He's a very
thin-lipped. He's
handsome
he's
guy.
sort of he's
He's a
sort of
long face,
yeah, not a matinee
strong,
idol,
strong
but
jaw, strong chin, I should say. Yeah,
mm, this show loves a strong chin.
they sure
This
do.
show and its jaw lines. My
Hmm.
goodness. So we're going to what was it? Just the Cove? Is it what was it called?
The
The
Cove
Cove.
restaurant. We don't see a lot of
Yeah.
restaurants in the show. This is nice.
Yeah, this is
It's
huge
it's
too. This is like
brief.
one of those big
Oof. Look
sea
at those
themed
wooden walls. Yikes.
nautical. Yeah, it would burn up in seconds if a lit match hit it.
Forget it.
Everything is made of wood here,
Everything.
um, including most of the people. This is all just
Even these four white
just
guys who are sort of the
stiff
protagonists,
banter.
I can barely tell them apart, even all the way
It's
through the episode. Ooh. Meanwhile, look at this blonde named Allison wearing this Saved by the Bell dress.
yes, it
Right?
is very Trapper Keeper
Yes,
background.
Trapper Keeper.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
How do
Jessica
you feel
looks
about
lovely in
this
her
this
too.
blue?
I like the
Yeah.
color on her. I don't think the cut is very flattering, but the color is lovely. And frankly,
She
it makes her
loves
makeup
that
look better.
collarbone pop. She does
Yeah.
love that. I don't know what
Yeah.
it's called.
It's not like a scoop neck, but it is like a wide neck. It's like wide
Is
on the
it?
top.
Yeah. Yeah. The pearls look cheap as hell. They don't look
Yes.
like pearls.
Yes, they do. Her
That's
makeup looks better in
plastic.
this episode, though, because in our last episode that took place in France, her makeup looked terrible. Now it's looking good again.
Oh yeah, you hated that.
I
Loretta's
hated it.
keeping her better here. We haven't
Oh,
met
thank
Loretta yet, but
God.
we'll soon understand. We'll soon
The French did
understand.
not serve Jessica well.
Well, I wonder also if because of they probably hire one person to do all of the makeup.
I think
I don't
so.
know if
Well,
there's true. I mean, usually the leads get their own, but in a show like this, maybe they don't. I wonder since they had so much makeup and blush on all of the models in that episode, if they just didn't consider her, if they didn't have
maybe.
the regular for her.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or they thought she would stand out too much. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, in an episode that she was frankly kind of a quiet presence, and then
Hmm.
her makeup was also quiet. It's very strange how that all sort of shook out. In this case, that's not here. We get a lot of Jessica here, a lot of the best of Jessica here, also kind of the
Well,
worst of Jessica here.
this is daytime cocktails
Hmm.
too, so it's a little bit different than her attending a fashion show,
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
Although all of these people are just pasty and pale,
Milk
and
toast.
I do love this blue on this lush right here, though.
This is
It's an ugly
Caitlin
dress, but I love that
O'Heaney
color.
playing the Judge Perry's wife, I believe.
Yeah,
And so all of these guys went to high school together. They all went to the senior prom together. They were all teammates under the coach, right? That's their
right.
connection. And I can't help but thinking
And that's
these are
kind of why
like
they all
privileged white kids who get what they want the whole time,
sure.
right?
Well, that's
These are
also one
those
reason that
people.
they blend together because they're all around the
Yeah,
same age too.
yeah. They're all generally good looking. They're all generally generic. I do
Well,
like the
that
blonde. I do like the blonde Shelley Smith playing Allison. She's Bill's wife.
right,
Bill was the car
right.
car dealership owner.
We do also have Dack Rambo as Bill, who's this in this grayish whitish suit. Who
Mm-hmm.
we saw in that early moment. He gets that Jack in the Box pop up, and
Yeah.
now he's seeing a newspaper cutout. Actually, you know what?
Yeah, let's
Let's
read
get
it.
back a bit. He, for those who recall this distinctive mole on his face, he was the douchebag husband in Deadly Lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very good looking. I enjoy looking at him quite a bit.
So we have on his dashboard, it says Cabot Cove Gazette, Beacon News Service, published daily, 28 pages, price 25 cents, volume XVII number 22, local businessman murdered, hitchhiker accused. And then we see this
A
very
very
'70s,
hippied out picture of the hitchhiker.
very cult leader uh
It's got Dahmer
beast
written all
man,
over it, right? Yeah.
not Manson.
Manson.
Yeah, you're
Thank
thinking
you,
Manson.
thank you. Dahmer's
Dahmer
the
was
one with
more
the
clean
cute
cut.
glasses, right? Yeah.
He would have looked like more one of these, actually. He
Yeah.
would have
Oh,
looked
true.
way more like one of these kids.
Mm-hmm. And he's shooketh. He is shook by this newspaper clipping on his car. Meanwhile, there's a red Corvette across the street with a body watching
It is, in
outside.
fact, a little red Corvette.
It sure is. And we don't know cars here, so just look it up, folks. It's cute.
I only know it because of Prince. I'm just saying. Uh, so we get them in bed. He is wearing this open pajama set, which not mad at.
No, I'm not mad at it.
Uh,
I would like it more if it were not on, but
well,
does
I'm
anybody
confused
wear a pajama set like does any like mid 30-year-old wear a pajama set like this? Tell me.
with affluence, I believe.
You think?
Wait, I don't know. I
Man, I
don't
just
know.
sleep naked. I don't know how people do it.
Same,
I would
same.
strangle myself in a in
Well, I
a
gotta say, so
night outfit
the
like this.
husband the husband wears pajamas and a t-shirt. So he's yeah, he wears pajamas and a t-shirt with boxers on, actually.
That feels like
So
so much
yeah,
clothing for sleeping.
yeah, and socks for that matter.
And socks
Yeah,
too.
and socks. Yeah,
Can't do it. Can't do it.
yeah.
My little
Meanwhile,
toesies could be frozen
I'm
off.
generally speaking, um, for your audience at home, usually fully nude
Yeah.
with I just keep the radio on with my Chanel number five. Um,
I don't wear anything to bed. Nothing. I can't.
yeah,
I feel like I said strangled or like my circulation is cut off or things get tangled up. I hate it.
yeah. Well, I think it depends on probably region and where you're going to
Yeah,
be.
true.
They're on TV, so they have activity to do. But
They have things to do.
we've seen people wear basically like quilts for pajamas,
I
and
know I was thinking of her.
as Golden Girls fans, we have seen them in so many nightgowns that are floor length to the neck
Like
in Miami
turtleneck.
Heat,
Yeah.
you know,
With terry cloth robes on top, right?
on top,
Oh
on
my
top.
gosh. I mean, maybe they wear the terry cloth robes to mitigate the sweat issue. Soak it up. Anyway,
That's all
we're
to
getting
say that
distracted here. Yes.
they're woken up by a noise, and he comes running downstairs with his wife in tow.
Our
It's
blonde.
a briefcase or a
Yeah.
valise, I'm not quite sure. An attaché.
Something between a briefcase and a suitcase.
He opens it up, pops it open. Oh, and a Jack in the
Confetti!
Box and a bunch of fake dollar bills
Fake money.
come flying out. It is very Batman villain.
It is, right? It's the Riddler has shown up.
It is the Riddler, and
And
it's
it's the
like
same.
it's 1960s Riddler. It's not even like Jim
Yes.
Carrey Riddler. It's just a little cartoony, and mixed in with the money are more headlines
Yeah.
about this
The hitchhiker
hitchhiker.
convicted.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So what's this relationship? What's the
What's going
relationship?
on? And he's not talking to his wife. She wants to know what's going on. She knows something's up. He is on edge, and he's not talking to her. So she goes to, of course, our local busybody, Jessica Fletcher.
Right. You know, my guess is that he was offered $10,000 to make his boss's suicide look like a murder. That's my guess. Um,
She's our Georgia proxy. She's like, we talk about everything, Sam.
what is this cincher belt situation? You wear
Let's see.
attire. What is that?
Let's have a look at it again.
It looks like a wood carving, like made of wool. Like it's very
Oh my. Oh my. I
yeah,
don't hate it.
right?
I don't hate it. I think, first of all, this look is something that my grandmother would have worn, and this woman is in her 30s, so
Oh well.
that's a shame. But I do think the little waist piece, it almost has like a native quality to it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
almost
Good too.
Southwest, almost
New
native.
Mexico.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like it in the back though. Not cute.
No, I
Not
don't
cute.
think that that makes
The front is
sense.
cute. It's like a little. I would never wear. I would never. She's very lovely though too. I think the costuming is not doing her any favors in this episode. She's tall,
No,
slender, long,
she's
beautiful blonde hair,
this is
beautiful
Shelley
face.
Smith
Yeah,
as Allison. I mean, fairly generic white ingenue for Murder She
yeah,
Wrote. Very much, she gives vibes of the girl from Paint Me a Murder,
sure.
or not Paint Me a Murder,
Uh,
from
um,
Simon Says.
Simon
Uh,
Says yes.
yes,
The
Rutledge.
girl,
It gives the
Irene. Yeah.
girl. The,
Well, and frankly, Murder
uh,
She Wrote was her last credit. She does another episode in, I think season
91.
8 and 91, and
Yeah.
that's her last credit. So she stopped. She stopped working after that. She did pass. It looks like in 2023. She's really lovely. Wish she had a little bit more to do here, other than being worried wife. But
That is her job. She is
that is
worried
her
wife.
job. Yeah, she gets a
She
little bit
was
more meat
married.
later.
She was married to Michael McGuire, who was Enjolras in the original Les Miserables.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, look at
Well, look at
that.
that.
Who knew? Well, then she may have just maybe she did more theater. Oh, it looks like she was a bit of a model. She looks like she was basic. So yeah, she looks like she was a model, pretty girl who got pretty girl parts
Yeah, she's very
when the
beautiful.
situation arrived.
Yeah.
But she has a master's degree in psychology. and
Smart pretty girls. We love them.
and she passed in 2023.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's no longer with us. Neither is Michael McGuire. I know he passed earlier too. Or no, he's still living. She's dead. I can't keep up. He's still with us. Oh,
Gotta
well, there
catch
you
up
have
on
it.
those obits.
Listen,
So there was a whole scene.
get research before we start talking.
What? No. Who has time for that?
Who has time? She was born in Princeton. Anyway,
So the night. So this evening, Bill was leaving his car lot. Things. It's kind of spooky vibes. Spooky vibes. Someone's watching him. Someone's paying
yeah.
attention. Right. He gets on the road and he's driving down the road, and then someone is coming the other direction with one headlight and
Wallflowers
he
play.
swerves off
Yeah,
the road. Yeah.
it's aggressive.
And it's a little red
It's
Corvette.
not even Silkwood. It's
No.
forward facing.
I'm
That's much
surprised he
worse.
didn't run into that tree. I thought that's where we were going with that. Alas, no. The car's okay.
Alas, no.
He's okay,
No, he's
but
fine.
shook. He was
Yeah,
shook.
that's his job. Like he's gonna spend the first third to half of this episode just shook.
Being stressed
That's
as
his
fuck.
role.
Yeah.
And his wife being very concerned for him in a series of belts.
Ooh, she looks good in this.
Okay, I'm sorry. Look at when she gets out of the car here.
Okay, let's see.
That belt is doing some weird flap thing. Like it's odd on one side.
Oh,
What
I
is
see it.
that?
It's like tucked under. It's like the belt has gone through the loop and then it's tucked under.
Also,
I
her
think that's a
collar
mistake.
isn't
It just means it's too
her
long.
collar isn't ironed. Like it's I think she looks a mess. I'm sorry.
I like the color palette on her. I think she looks like she's gonna go garden, and I'm okay with it.
Yes, this is daytime. This is
This is
errand
this is
running.
casual. Go to the grocery store.
Pick up a few things.
Beg Jessica
Make
for
sure
your
you
help.
have your yeah. Yeah. She also has this very distinctive I don't know what you call it, that lid over her eye.
Hmm.
Very distinctive crease. That when they do
A little
the
hooded.
dark eye, yeah,
Yeah.
she's got very striking eyes. I like them.
Hmm. Yeah. Boy, she's getting a lot of attention here. We love abroad.
Well, because nothing's happened yet. I mean, frankly, we're
Yeah.
15 minutes in, and it's just a lot of ominous staring.
Yeah.
And now we have John Glover at the car dealership, finally,
Yeah.
frankly.
On his little red Corvette. Is it a Corvette?
I don't know.
I don't know. Do we care? It's a cute little red car. It's old. We don't know cars. Go somewhere else for that.
It's a classic. That's what he says.
But
Cherry
he's been
condition.
the one, right? He's been the one. There's no secret. He's been the one putting the newspaper clippings on cars. He's the one who was playing chicken on the road with Bill the night before. And Bill sees him outside the car dealership, opens his drawer, his desk drawer, grabs a gun, and then puts it back. Because John Glover is ominous here. He is clearly causing trouble. He is disrupting these people's lives for some reason. And we know why, right? Or at least we find out why.
Yeah. Well, let's listen to a little bit of him because he's given us clues in a very sideways way.
Yeah.
Bought it from a little old lady over in Shawmut. Had it garaged ever since her husband died 20 years ago. Tragic incident, you might remember it. That's if you were in these parts back then.
Try me.
Seems this businessman picked up a hitchhiker one night. Next thing you know, the man is dead and 100,000 in negotiable bonds is missing. Ring a bell?
All right, what do you want? Why have you come back here?
Sorry for rambling on like that. Bad habit comes from spending too many years alone.
He's telling us everything without telling us anything.
I love it. He leans in.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to threaten this guy, essentially.
Yeah, and he's giving him all the clues. So we contextually can figure out that something happened 20 years ago with this,
Yeah.
the owner of this car, and that he's fucking with him basically.
Yeah. Well, let's lay it out.
But
So
he's
20
saying
years
it in
ago-
such a
Yeah.
yeah.
On 20 years ago, on the same night as the prom, this guy John Glover was the hitchhiker. Andrew Durbin is his name. He was the
Right.
hitchhiker. He was in the car with the businessman. The businessman ended up dead. $100,000 in bonds were missing, and he went to jail.
He got blamed.
Yeah, and he
He
did
got
his
blamed for the
time.
murder, and in theory, stole the bonds, even though they weren't
They're not accounted for,
there.
right?
So what did he do? Fargo it and like bury it in the
I
snow by a
guess.
fence?
This is like the Shawshank Redemption. Go to a field and dig up, you know what I mean?
I do.
No, no.
I do.
And so
Um,
he says to Bill, can you fix my light? I'm leaving my car here. Yeah, come back at 9 p.m. tonight, which is coded language for like we need to sort this out, right? Let's talk
right.
business. And then Bill, shaken, goes back to his office, and who's there but our neighborhood
But
busybody?
Jessica,
Yeah,
and she reminds him that she knows his tells because she taught him
yeah.
software English, and she
Hmm.
knows when he's nervous. So we
Yeah,
get a little background with them. So she knows him in an academic sense.
right.
She shows him the same clipping, but the extended version, which means she
Hmm.
went and got the microfiche. Let's see, from the Gazette.
She's doing her research.
Also in the news that day, vaccination clinic scheduled for dogs. Restaurateurs file lawsuits. Parents say they want ballpark, not parking
Not
lot.
parking lot.
Ho- Hotel to be sold. Jet crash investigated. And jury to stay in dark.
This is some serious news here.
Jurors in the Twilight Zone manslaughter trial in Los Angeles will be told that helicopter pilot Dursey, this is an actual thing,
Yeah,
the actual
yeah.
helicopter accident, like
Uh-huh.
the fact that that's their lorem ipsum, so like,
Someone
damn,
had fun with this. Someone had fun putting this
someone
little
did.
Cabot Cove Gazette together. Meanwhile, there's not a date on it in sight, right? Because we don't want to date it. But not
Uh,
a date in sight. Just the volume number, just the
yeah,
published daily, just the price, no date.
20 years ago,
Yeah.
just let you know.
Hmm.
Yeah, which is funny. I mean, if this is what, 1988? Are we in 98 by now? Or
We
80,
are
87?
in 87 still. This is September of 87.
So this would be 67. 67, 60,
Yeah. Yeah.
66, 67.
By the way, this picture of John Glover as the hippie is so hilarious to me.
Which mean
I can't
just
get over it.
the helicopter. So these are 80s headlines, though. I'm just saying the helicopter accident for Twilight Zone did not happen in
Right?
1967. I'm just saying they
So
didn't
the
expect we
continuity
would
is not
pause.
there.
We they didn't think we would pause.
No, they didn't know we'd
There's
have
also,
streaming at our fingertips.
you know,
You know.
it's so funny how clear it is, though.
Yeah.
Her mother
You can read
visiting her
every
father
word.
in Los Angeles, the girl. We've done this before, and they've gone out of their way frequently to like make it very difficult
Hmm.
because it's very quick.
Yeah, not here.
Um, no, I can read it all.
No, this is fun.
Uh,
This is fun prop making.
but that means that Jessica knows really
Sums up.
Bill's secret. Andrew Durbin is our, what you call him, our
Hitchhiker, John Glover.
hitchhiker
Yeah.
who's out for vengeance in some capacity,
Hmm.
who left the valise. In fact, it was.
The implication here is that these men, these boys, these four white boys, may somehow be involved in what happened. And Jessica, because she
Yeah.
cannot help herself, she's going to dig in. This is where her sense of
What's the
justice is like very admirable because she's like, something's up. I know something's up. I'm going to look into this. Even though she has no vested interest here, right? Other than Blondie said, hey, can you talk to my hubby? Right?
and she's met Durbin.
Yeah. And she had a great
Uh,
interaction with him. They were very
yeah.
cordial, congenial with each other. Lovely. Ooh, Bill gets on the phone and he sort of intimates what's going on. And the other person on the phone says they'll be there shortly before 9, which is when Durbin's going to show up. Oh, here we
Oh,
go.
we have our first visit from Tom Bosley. Amos Tupper makes his first season 4 appearance.
Hmm.
Right? Was he even in the earlier scene?
No,
I don't even think he was
this
at
is
the
where he shows
party.
up. I think this is it.
Yeah, I don't think he was
Yeah.
at the party.
And he's
Um,
as frustrating as ever.
yeah,
Not
well,
inter- he's more concerned that someone is upsetting people rather than seeking out real justice because Amos don't want to work.
doesn't. No, but he's just he wants things to be far more simple than they ever are.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, this is where we get Andrew Durbin's story. Can we hear
Do we
him?
want to get a little bit? Yeah.
I do, actually. I think his voice is so wonderful.
Just on the outskirts of Cabot Cove, we were run off the road by a teenager playing chicken. The kid's car had only one headlight. He came straight at us. The man swerved the car, hit the shoulder, and cracked his head on the steering wheel.
Now, just hold on here. You're not saying that he died from that bump on the head, because I read the autopsy report. All right, Mr. Fletcher.
No, Sheriff. The man was unconscious, bleeding heavily from that bump, but very much alive when I left the car to get help. I ran down the road to a farmhouse we passed. On the way, I saw the car with one headlight make a turn up ahead and come back toward the Corvette.
Smoking a pipe?
You smoking a pipe.
Like you
You
do.
know Jessica loves a pipe. Jessica loves a pipe.
There were people in that farmhouse. They were watching TV. I rang the bell, I pounded on the door, yelled that there'd been an accident. They kept on watching TV. By the time I got back to the car, the man was dead, his head bashed in. His luggage
Keeping in mind that he looked the way that he did
then a police car
in
pulled up.
suburbia and was
Like
likely
like a
transient,
hippie protester.
60s transient. Yeah.
It said he was bouncing between one anti-Vietnam rally to another, right?
Car with one headlight, killed the man, and stole the bonds.
The police searched for those bonds for days. They never found them. What was I supposed to have done with them? Burned them? Eaten them? It made no sense. But they convicted me anyway.
But you still haven't answered my question. What are you to Bill Hampton? And what is he to you?
While I was in prison, I subscribed to the Cabot Cove Gazette, certain I would find...
He opens up his prison scrapbook.
His scrapbook. I'll just put this together. There's like stickers.
I love that he had was given glue and scissors to cut his scrapbook up.
Rubber cement, just like slathering it on. Yeah.
So he intimates that while he was knocking on doors trying to get help for this man, that Bill, post-prom, stumbled upon the
Was in that
wounded man
Corvette. Was in the passenger seat of that Corvette.
and absconded
Yeah.
with the bonds.
He didn't see the driver, but he saw Bill, because he saw a picture of Bill in the Cabot Cove Gazette later on.
And said,
And
that's the guy.
how he's come back to terrorize him with Riddler boxes. And
Do you know what's
newspaper
great?
clippings.
He was the Riddler in the animated series of Batman too, so it does lend
Oh.
itself very nicely. He has
This
that
is just a little
great-
preparation, right?
great voice for the Riddler. Great
Great voice
for
in
the Riddler.
general, right? His voice is so superb.
I distinctly recall him like, you checked the software. If you had checked the hardware, you would have discovered. I was a big fan of the Batman animated series. That was destination television for me coming home from school.
Oh, yeah.
That was yeah. But he is determined basically to fuck with Bill
Yeah.
into confessing. But he also wants to know via Bill who else was in that car.
Who was driving? Because
We
if
also
Bill didn't
have-
commit the murder, whoever was driving may have, right?
We have Arnie, Perry, Dan, and Bill are
Right.
our four suspects.
Arnie in the wheelchair, Perry the judge, Dan the drunk, and Bill the car dealer.
We get this quick glimpse of just about one of the worst.
This
Pre-shops
Photoshop
in history.
nonsense. Oh my gosh.
It's
Those men
not
are not
even
looking in the same direction.
well because they took heads from different photos
Uh-huh.
and planted them on these. I don't even think that person was holding a trophy in the original
no.
photo. It's
Oh no.
just an effort. You know what? The two behind the co-chair, those are probably the most realistic. Everyone else,
I think the one on the right is the most realistic, the far
Yes.
right. I think that's probably
Yes.
Judge Perry, right? That's Judge Perry.
I think so.
Yeah, it's
I
Perry
think,
on the
yeah.
right, then Arnie next to him, then the coach in the middle, then Bill, then the drunk on the left, who we don't really see much of Dan the drunk.
We don't, but this photo is important because it places them all together at the time,
The night of the prom,
9 o'clock,
in their white jackets. Yeah.
with the clock saying 9 o'clock.
No, the
Look at
clock
them
is
looking like
supposed to say
waiters.
no. It's 11:45, not 9 o'clock.
Oh, it's 11:45.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't read a clock. I'm terrible. It's standing oddly enough next to this American flag. It's all very
Ugh.
oh, what do you call it? Like lodge, like very like Knights of Columbus. This would be on the
Oh,
wall.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
This is like the Veterans Club or something, right?
they
Yeah.
all
The
look like they're
VA
about to
VA club.
burst into Earth Angel. Like it's
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Beauty school dropout. So Jessica believes Durbin. He makes sense.
Yeah, why wouldn't he? Why
Yeah.
wouldn't you? I mean,
I like the
he's
Durbin character because he's really appealing to Jessica's logic, right? Like, why would I do this? And she's a person of logic. When things don't make sense or they're incongruous, she makes a point to give them attention, right? And he is pointing out,
she
why would I do this?
hates when things don't make sense.
Yeah.
That is her biggest bugaboo is is hearing something or saying something or being somewhere where something is askew.
Yeah,
She's like, that's not how people behave.
yeah,
Therefore, something's wrong. Something's
right.
wrong. So she's talking to Coach, and he's cranky.
Oh yeah, petulant even about this. My boys didn't commit murder, not my boys.
My boys. Yeah,
Yeah.
pushing up roses makes up many. I think she does a supercut of every single time he says "my boys."
Oh,
I
jeez.
have a feeling. I think he says it a lot in this episode.
He sure does.
There's a culture of protection in sports figures
This is what I'm
and
talking
Coach
about.
and
Like pretty white boy
what
athletes who can get away with things.
yeah, your teammates. There's a code of protection
Hmm.
that is terrifying.
Oh
It's
yeah.
what leads to your Brock Turners of
I
the
was gonna
world,
say it,
and
yeah, who can just do what
it's
they want and have an
so
army of similarly demographic people backing you up,
yes.
regardless of how guilty or what terrible things you've done. Oop, I think
Oh,
Bill's
Bill's
dead.
dead.
Bill's dead. He was at his dealership and someone showed up. We see the point of view of the killer, and he says, "Oh, you're early," and then we hear a gun click. So whoever
Now we
Bill
knew
was
of at least
trusting
two
was turned
people
on him.
where he was expecting. It
Yeah,
was either John Glover or it was the person on the phone.
yeah.
Did we hear who the person on the phone was?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. That's our
So
mystery.
that's our mystery. And that person evidently was even earlier than they said they would be.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you feel for Bill here?
sort of,
A
sort of. I
little
mean, it's
bit,
sort of
right?
inconsequential to me.
Yeah.
Partially because he is kind of one of the things wrong in the world.
Yeah.
I'm Team John Glover in this
Me
episode.
too. Me too. I do think Bill is a
Um,
person who got caught up in a political system that
sure.
backfired against him, and so I feel a little bad for him. But
I
he
feel,
also
yeah.
did some terrible things and frankly had it coming.
I think we're all caught up in a terrible system, and
Yeah.
that
What
your
choices do you make in
true
that system?
right, right.
Yeah.
How do you disrupt and fight back against the system that
Hmm.
really is out to screw people worse off than you?
Yeah.
How do you respond to that? Tells you what you want to get
Hmm.
out of the world. And you know what? I do
Especially when
believe
you're one
in
of the privileged people who can exist in that system
sure.
with impunity, right? Like,
And I believe also in, that Miranda Priestley, you chose to get ahead kind of mentality as well. Like, you know what?
hmm.
Those choices are necessary.
Yep.
Do you have to walk on the backs of other people to do it? You might,
Depends on the
but
perspective, right?
feel bad about it then.
Yeah.
Or fight against the system in some direction because
Yeah.
in that regard, then if you're going in the Miranda Priestley, Andy steps over Emily to get ahead,
Hmm.
Emily wasn't coming from the most ethical of places either. She was
Right.
also kind of an asshole. So
Right.
the question then becomes, I mean, yeah, and
I
there's
mean, it's a
youth
little
and
bit of like
there's
fuck around and find out. It's a little bit of play with fire and you might get burned, right? That's what's happened
yeah.
here. And Bill, he was one of the players and he got burned, unfortunately.
And now
Even though he didn't
John
light the
Glover
match.
or Durbin is our prime suspect because he's the one who came to town to fuck with him. So
But
why wouldn't he be the
immediately,
prime
right,
suspect?
of course, but immediately he has an alibi. He was at a restaurant
Yes.
until like 11 p.m. when they closed, and he has verifiable witnesses to say that.
Yep.
So it
Yep.
would be so easy for him to be the target and to go back to jail for some sort of revenge fantasy he's enacting. But he has a stone-clad alibi, which makes this
And
interesting,
that
right?
is so stupid of our killer.
Uh-huh.
That's
Like,
so
come on.
you gotta pay attention to this shit if you want. I mean, do you think that I forgive me if they explain this very, very plainly, but when we get to the killer, does he say, "Oh, and I wanted John Glover to take the fall for it," or does he just say, "I did it to stop the
He
madness"?
doesn't. I don't
And
think he does say.
yeah,
I think it's an
Durbin's kind of
example of
irrelevant in that
someone.
regard.
Well, and what's weird about it is that Durbin said he would be back to pick up his car at 9 p.m. to talk to Bill, but then he didn't go. And so I'm like, well, what was that detail even for? I think that's a little writing issue. Like, why would Durbin say, yeah, I'll be back to talk to you at 9 p.m., but then he'll
Right.
stay at a
With no one
restaurant for
else
an extra
around.
2 hours? Right.
And then no one was around to hear that to make that
So was he
suspicious.
just
That's just for
fucking with
us.
Bill when he said that?
I don't
Like,
know.
I'm going to make you wait around till 9, and then I'm not going to show up. Haha, that's my revenge. What? It
Yeah, I don't
doesn't
know.
really make sense. It's a little incongruous. It's a little,
He meant at
why is
9
that a
a.m.
writing
He meant the
detail?
next morning.
That's what it is, right? He showed up after breakfast and the guy was dead. There is this cool scene, though, in Judge Perry's office where the judge, Arnie, and the two women, the judge's wife, and then Allison, who was Bill's wife, are all
Mhm.
acting very secretive. And this is the kind
Yeah.
of closed doors nonsense that these people engage in all the time to get away with their shady dealings, right? Their bad
As
behavior.
long as
Their
everybody
fucking
agrees,
crimes, right?
you gotta get on the same page.
Right. And they're all willing to sort of cover for each other. Jessica's asking, "Hey, did you all leave the prom together?" And they all swear to it that Allison left the prom with Bill at midnight or whatever, and they all went to a little diner together, and they're all backing each other up. Jessica knows they're lying.
Yeah.
She can see it. She can read
It's
it
a
on their
conspiracy
faces.
at this point.
Yeah. And it's like, what's the point? I don't understand why they're all covering for Bill, who's dead now. What does it matter? When in fact, if you were just honest in this moment with Jessica, you might speed up some justice in this process or understand who killed Bill. But no, they're all sticking to their guns and being shady as fuck. I don't understand that
It gives the
behavior.
impression that they co-sign on Bill's murder being
Right.
necessary,
Or perhaps one of them is responsible, right?
right?
And they're all sort
Or
of
that
aware of
they
that.
know and yeah. Or yeah, they think one of them may have done it and are protecting the others. So
Yeah.
if you think that one of the five is the killer and you alibi the four others, well then none of you could have done it. You just remove
Yeah.
yourself from the issue.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like their behavior is more of a plot device than it is an actual like realistic characteristic of or behavior. Something about it is a
It
little
it
off
makes
to
it look a
me.
little culty. It seems a little
Yes.
culty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
So the
Coach has
coach
just given Durbin a swing
a
in the
punch
face. Yeah. Such a fascinating character, this coach.
because he's blaming him for the death of Bill's death, right? He's
Yes,
sort of
right.
that's his
Like you
that's his
came to
argument
town, you
here.
started causing this trouble, now Bill's dead.
And now Bill is dead, which is a very interesting way of putting things. This is
Hmm.
a very interesting way of putting things.
Hmm.
Not you're responsible for his death because you shot him, but
Right.
him being dead Rick would was caused by a series of events led by you being here.
Well, for that matter, Jessica takes that perspective in a way, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And it's very frustrating as the viewer to see Jessica think that way.
She's grappling.
Yeah.
She's grappling. This is an interesting. So we talked a little bit about this, I think last episode, where, and also through Days Dwindle Down, and note the concept of justice being
Hmm.
imperfect and complicated, and it being messy. She has spent so much time being disappointed by the people who she lives around,
Yeah.
and former students and former friends and Harry Pierce, like these figures
Hmm.
in her life where she's like,
Real friends. People
what
she
who was I
loves.
who
Yeah.
was I surrounded by all these years? What did
Yeah.
I not get
Could
20
they
years ago? I
do
mean,
these
she was
things? Yeah.
right.
I mean, that I always like to see Jessica sort of
Thrown.
off balance, right? There's
Yeah,
something very exciting about it because when she's traveling the world, she's generally the point of reason, right? She's the one who's steady and who sees things for as they are. But when she has to contend with the fact that these people that she knows could commit heinous acts,
right.
then she's off her ground. She doesn't have her standing anymore. And her
Well, because
decisions become
she's
less sound as a result. The way she interacts with
right.
people becomes less sound because she's trying to maneuver in a world that she doesn't really understand.
But it's so familiar to her because it's her life here. This is
Yeah.
her, these are people she knows.
Yeah.
So it's it's extra complicated for Jessica because she has to relearn people that she already knows and what they're
Hmm.
capable of. And he's actually really bad in this one about maneuver. You know how we always say how great she is at knowing how to talk to people?
Yeah.
She's learning that the way that she's talked to these people all of these years is not the way to really get what you want
Yeah.
because she's never really had to do that.
Yeah. She understands them on as she's learning a superficial level,
And she
and she
goes
has
into
to
teacher mode.
reorient. Yeah. She's here talking to Arnie right now because she's trying to figure out where this money went because that could be a clue as to who went back to that car, murdered the businessman, and took the bonds, right? And Arnie,
Right.
so what we know is that Bill came into $50,000 and bought that auto
Dealership.
sale
Yeah.
shop, whatever dealership.
Yeah.
Yes. And Arnie, he was a poor kid who then made a bunch of money in the stock market. Where did he get the money to invest in it?
To
Arnie's the
begin
one
that. Yeah.
in our wheelchair here. This is such a weird twist to this Arnie storyline. I like that they do something, but it also feels a little superfluous. She's
It's
insinuating that he was poor. Where did he get the money to make his millions and live in this gorgeous house, accessible house that he lives in?
yeah.
And she's smart bitch. She says, "Oh, by the way, I found this on your door. It's from the or the insurance company."
Insurance company. She
And then
leaves
she
it on
slips out.
his mail table, essentially,
Yeah,
walks
yeah,
out. He is several feet away in his wheelchair, and he stands up to look at the mail
yeah.
because he's by himself.
So he don't need that
He's not
chair.
really paralyzed. He paralyzed. And she immediately comes back in.
You know what this is?
Mm.
Daisy, Daisy.
Daisy, give me your answer
Answer
true.
true. Hello.
Hello. Yeah,
It's a
it's
miracle.
yeah.
Yeah. Caught red-handed or red-footed, I should say. She's a smart bitch.
Why did we do this? Why is he pretending to be disabled? For the
Here's why.
insurance money?
So what happened was he had an uncle. He reveals this now to Jessica and Amos, but he had an uncle that gave him $50,000, and that's what he used to invest. That money
Right.
dried up, so he and I think was it Perry, they concocted this insurance fraud scheme
Which
so that
is
he
that
could get
argument that they
money.
had earlier.
Yes, to continue
Yeah.
living on. So that because all of that money that he made dried up, and now he needs something to maintain his lifestyle, as these characters often do, right? And so they resorted to insurance fraud. He's not disabled. He's
But then they sued Bill. What was the point in that? Like
I maybe
honor
because
like
Bill was a judge, so he could sort of get off. I don't know. This sort of nonsense, this backdoor conspiracy shit that these people engage in, right, to make sure that they maintain their
yeah,
wealth and status in the world. Fuck these guys. Fuck these guys.
all of them.
And he's acting very cavalier, but he committed insurance fraud. he's in deep shit right now.
So we go back to the prom memories, and he talks about how Bill was drunk at the prom. Allison
Yeah.
had enough of him, and she left around 11.
Yeah.
So they did not, in fact, leave together.
No.
But he was probably so polluted that he could not have driven, which explains why he was a passenger in that vehicle
Yeah.
that Durbin saw.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So
Who was the
who gave
driver?
Bill the ride? I think we're all wondering who gave Bill a ride.
I think so. I'd like to give Bill a ride.
Oh dear. He'll never wear those pajamas again.
Not if I can help it.
Well, he's also dead. So Jessica returns to like this skulls meeting
Basically, which is one
with
person less already.
the two
Now it's just the
wives
two
and the
the
judge.
two wives and the judge. Yeah.
Do you get the feeling that like the judge reads significantly older than everybody else? Am I
Yes.
crazy in that?
Yes, you're right.
Okay.
You're right.
They didn't graduate at the same time. Like
No.
this doesn't make any
No.
sense to me.
Bill and Arnie look about 5 years younger than the judge.
At least, right?
Yeah, yeah. Maybe a good 7.
He's almost like giving Fritz Weaver.
I love that this
Why
is when
bring
Allison
Bill back?
breaks down. Can we hear this scene, actually?
Sure.
He kept trying to make me leave the prom early and go to a motel with him. I got angry and I told him, if that's what he thought of me, if that's what he wanted, then he could find himself another girl.
Prude.
He wanted to take me home.
Put
I
out!
wouldn't get
Put out!
He's too drunk. He's too drunk.
In the car with him when he
He
drove
couldn't get
home?
it up anyway.
He didn't drive anywhere. He walked back inside. He said that he had a trophy to collect.
What
That's
does
the
that
clue.
mean?
That's the clue.
Let's go to the 50-yard line. And I only know that because there's a big number, the 50, that says it right there.
Somebody painted that morning.
We are at the penultimate scene, really the
Sure.
confession scene.
The confession scene.
There is a substantial epilogue that really shakes the foundation of
Yeah.
Jessica. But
Yeah. So what happened
Jessica
here?
knows who did it. Jessica
She
knows who
does.
did it.
It was that trophy comment. Made her look at the facts, look at the photos, look at the dates, look at the times, and she found somebody else was lying. Who was it?
It was Coach.
It was a coach.
It was the coach
This
the whole
is
time.
so jarring. This must be so jarring for her. And the things the coach says are just wild to me.
Yeah, because that's not us. That's not how we roll.
I
But
guess.
I guess if we were to like try to parallel this to, I don't know, it's a sports straight white man thing.
I guess.
It really
You
is.
take
It
what
really
you want,
is.
right? That's what it is. You take what you want. So Jessica
June
found
6th,
out
1967.
There
There we
it
go. We
is.
finally get a date. We finally get a date.
the date of the prom. So Jessica found out the coach had said earlier that he left around 11 at the prom because he wasn't feeling well. But then there's this photo that he's had on his fucking wall for 20 years
All
that
the
places him
time.
at the scene of the prom at 11:45.
Expecting people like me not being able to read the clock. See, this
Honest.
is what you gotta expect.
This is why you need digital.
I know. It's or a
Yeah.
sundial.
This is bonkers. So Bill is drunk. Coach decides to give him a ride home. As they're driving down the road, Bill is trying to grab the wheel because he's drunk. And that's what happened. That was the game of chicken that Andrew Durbin was talking about. And that's what made the
Yeah.
car swerve. But then when they turn back around and the coach opens the door and sees this businessman who's like, and he sees all the bonds, he takes a fucking rock and bashes in his head and takes the bonds.
And drives
What
away.
kind of decision is that? I'm mad about it, Victor. I'm mad about
I
it.
know, I know.
This is a person who's in
1967.
charge of caring for children.
Yeah. With a child, drunk child in his
With
car.
a drunk child in his possession, yeah.
His boy. One of his boys, as he
one
called
of his
him.
boys, yeah. Who idolized him And that was his leverage for keeping the boy quiet. He gave him half of the bonds, which is how
He was
Bill
probably
got
drunk enough
his
to not even
dealership.
know. I swear. He
Honestly,
probably didn't.
was he even aware of what was happening? I mean, he must have been because he knew what was being intimated by Durbin when he showed up, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wild.
The boy idolized me. He would have done anything for me, and he did. This is like this is grooming. Like you talk
This
about,
is grooming. This is
we talk
absolutely
about
grooming.
drag queens reading to kids. No, no,
Yeah.
no. This is who you got to watch out for, because, and this isn't even like, you know how we love to sexualize things. This is not even that. This is just
No.
weird
Weird straight
straight
guy
man cult
fucking
sports
nonsense
thing.
cult shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it about
And I mean,
sports that makes straight men lose their damn minds?
I don't know.
I don't get it. I
don't
just
know.
don't get it. I will never relate to it. I will never be able to empathize with it. I think it's so despicable. It's such a weird, gross, masturbatory culture of masculinity. Well, and Jessica even says to him, "How could you do this and let Durbin go to prison for 20 years?" And his response is, "Well, how do you think I feel with this hanging over me for 20 years? You
I know.
piece of shit, baby ass
He
fool.
is the worst. The
You
worst.
big baby."
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
he's
so
the worst.
infuriating. It's so infuriating. And then, so that means Coach killed his boy, Bill.
Yes, he killed Bill, and he used the wrong side of his head. He thought he was going to make it look like a suicide, but he shot on the wrong side because Bill was.
No, but he did it intentionally. Bill was left-handed. Yeah, Bill was left-handed. The coach shot him on the right side because he didn't want it to look like suicide. He wanted to
he didn't
implicate
want it to look like
Durbin.
suicide.
That's what it was.
Got it.
But Durbin had an alibi, so he couldn't have
Right.
Because Durbin wouldn't have known that Bill was left-handed.
Right.
Oh, and
So
this
yeah,
is
I
the
guess he did
scene.
really want. I guess he really did want Durbin to do this.
Yeah.
Well, this is the last little bit of it. Do you want to hear? Do you
I
just-
want to hear it.
And thank you.
Rather you didn't.
But I was telling you the truth, and I did spend 20 years in prison unjustly.
Yes. And I'm sorry. But you knew when you came here what would happen.
I wasn't sure, but I did warn you I was after justice.
I can't help but think that justice could have been served in a better way.
Oh? Well, you give it some thought, Mrs. Fletcher, and when you figure out what could have been, you let me know.
And that is one of the times that Angela Lansbury deserved an Emmy for this show.
And she leans against the door and stares
With
into the distance.
just-
Oh my gosh. And you know what?
In a look, yeah,
Durbin's right.
Durbin is right.
He's
Well,
got
that's
her.
what she has to contend with. That's what she has to
Yeah.
contend with. Not
I'm
since
mad at her. I'm mad at her for saying what she says to him. She says, "Yes, I'm sorry you went to jail. But still, did you really have to do this?" Girl.
But he didn't. He didn't have to do that.
No. But what was he going to do? Now
I
his
don't
name
know.
gets to be cleared, right? I mean, he's right. What else should I have done? What would have been
Bruh.
the other way
Yeah,
of
what would have
approaching
been
this?
better?
Yeah.
What would have been better? And had he not come back, would the coach have been arrested?
He wasn't the one
Yes,
that shot Bill. The coach
He's not.
did. The coach
He's
made a
not.
decision to shoot Bill because of what was happening.
And Jessica's
not Andrew.
suggesting that Bill would still be alive had Durbin not returned.
Right.
What a loss. Yeah, it's complicated, and she has this resignation on her face, which is genius. That cinematographer choosing that profile shot of her,
Yeah.
magnifique. She has not had a face look like that, frankly, since I recall, since Murder by Appointment Only, when she sees the
Yeah.
killer taken off, and she stands there, and it's not a satisfying
Right.
catch for
She
her.
doesn't want it to be so. Yeah. There's no
And
winner
often-
here.
This show, when she solves a crime and is unsatisfying to her, like when we saw this with Pierce, when
Hmm.
she finds out who really did it and it's a sad reason, there's a button. There's a
Yeah,
little bonus. And here, the button is depressing.
it's very sad. I mean, Durbin spent 20
And
years in prison. Bill is dead. All of his friends are mourning. Arnie's going to jail for fraud. The coach is going to jail for murdering one of his students and a
it's an
businessman.
exceptional choice. It's an exceptional choice
It's really
for
strong.
them to
It's
make.
I think it's funny that this is sort of the Pushing Up Roses account sort of claim that this is
Least,
a
at
really
least she likes
maligned
it too. I will say that
episode.
she does
Yeah.
say, I actually kind of
Yeah.
like this episode. I don't really get.
I
I don't really
think
understand why.
I think the choices are complicated, and I think we talk about sometimes having a nice clean bow on things feels really nice, and it feels like a good way to wrap up a
Satisfying.
cozy mystery. This is not that case, right? This is
This is barely a cozy mystery.
no,
It really isn't.
no.
It's
It's
got gun
really
violence. It's got
unsettling.
fisticuffs.
To think that Bill, who
Um,
idolized his coach, was like, "Can you come here and help me?" And the coach shows up and shoots him in the head.
I know,
And then
and
the coach has the
it.
nerve to punch Durbin about it. Like,
There's there. I mean, there's like even like some vague kind of like if they had chosen if this was Law and Order, they would have like made him Sandusky or something like that too.
chung
Like
chung. Yeah,
there would have been like abuse as well.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
they would have taken the grooming concept and put it to the furthest extreme. But I
Hmm.
think using grooming in such a non-physical,
Yeah,
non-sexual, non-clearly abuse way
yeah,
shows how insidious that
yeah.
culture is.
It's a slow burn
And
groom, right? It's all
yeah,
in the spirit of brotherhood
and mentorship.
and
Yeah,
mentorship, when in fact
yeah.
it's
And
really
that's the
asking a
scary.
boy to keep quiet because you murdered
Yeah,
someone. It's
yeah, yeah.
crazy to me. And it's what's crazy about it is it doesn't feel unrealistic,
No, it's very
right? This is
this could be a
weirdly
contemporary
grounded.
series.
Absolutely.
Absolutely could be a contemporary series.
Yeah.
The difference it wouldn't be Bonds. It would be something else.
Yeah.
This could have been Crypto 22 years ago.
Sure.
Like there's something so whenever I think the show gets too real is when people are extra critical of it. When it's fun and flighty and
Yeah.
almost hyper realistic, particularly closed murder mysteries or the bus or where it's
Hmm.
referencing things or it's silly or it has like then I think the show really hits a great stride.
Yeah.
But when with its fans, but when it gets real,
Hmm.
um there's another episode sometime in the future, which has to do with a bank robbery that was 20 years earlier. That
Mm.
also is incredibly unsatisfying in terms of the choices that human people make.
Yeah.
Um, that really throws a wrench into the fun. And you and I appreciate that because
Yeah.
we're messy bitches. But I think that's disarming for a lot of people who go to this show for fun. But I
Right.
think that this show has a unfair recollection, misunderstood, false memory that this is all fun. It's not. This is not
No.
Matlock.
No, it's not. And that's why when you watch episodes like Powder Keg or The Cemetery Vote
Hmm.
or this, you're like, shit, this is real. This is unsettling. This makes me feel a certain way. This is provocative in an uncomfortable sense.
Hmm.
And this in particular is very uncomfortable.
And we're going to continue that because our next episode, which is actually
Hmm.
one of the few times where Jessica goes to court, which we talked
Right.
about before, like how
Yeah.
she's a witness or the crime solver, so she's got to be going to court dates. She
Hmm.
heads to Quebec, and that also is a kind of devastating
Very.
finale
Yeah.
when we deal with that kind of. I mean,
Right.
um, it's a little bit more fun because we get Eileen Brennan, but the episode after that in the convent, some very real shit is going on.
Hmm.
This is a very gritty season with
It
some light
is. Yeah.
parts. But
we were sort of across the board in season 3, right? But season 3 did lay some of the groundwork that we see here. Like, frankly, I think this is the next iteration, this episode, of something like Days Dwindle Down, where someone goes to jail for 30 years for a murder they don't commit. This is that, but without this high-minded ending, right?
right,
Yeah.
right,
Now
right.
we have to actually contend with consequences. And Jessica has to sit with herself knowing, gosh, was I a part of this? Did I fan the flames of this situation? Who are these people that I thought I knew all these years?
Yeah, yeah. This
These aren't
season
just
really
random
does.
people that she meets in a hotel. These are her friends and neighbors.
Yeah. Well, that's a big component of I think this season where this is sort
Yeah.
of a readjustment of knowing what you think you know. I mean, even if it's Thursday, all of this was happening in town without her knowledge.
Yeah.
Like it really does adjust your perspective on how much you really think about your friends and neighbors. Like, what do you really know about them? What are they really capable of?
Yeah. Well, it's an interesting question about Jessica, too, because when she's out in the world, she's such a shrewd observer of human behavior and how people are. So
Hmm.
what's the disconnect between her out in the world and when she's at home with her community? Because she doesn't see her community clearly so often. I mean, I know that's sort of the joke, right? Like Cabot Cove is this dangerous place, everybody dies, everybody's a murderer, whatever. But on a deeper level, what is Jessica missing here? She knows these people more intimately than these strangers. So what's the disconnect for her where she's not seeing them as they are, like she sees people as they are out in the world?
I'm not sure, and I wonder if part of her becoming more sophisticated and going out and learning things, and I mean, she
Hmm.
didn't find her first dead body until the show started.
Right.
So, and on a big traumatic level with a love interest, no less. The first mystery is a man that she was starting to fall for after her husband's death.
Hmm.
So that kind of growing up real fast
Yeah.
in the last chapter of your life,
Right.
in the last act of your life.
And you've mentioned this
Um,
before about how the series is about her waking up, right?
I think so. I
Yeah.
think so. Because she's an older woman, a woman of a certain age with older perspectives.
Yeah.
We just watched for audiences who haven't checked out the bonus episode where we watched Strange Bargain. She's a contemporary of, I'd say, if not the Wilsons, then just barely underneath the
Yeah.
Wilsons' age.
Yeah.
She's that middle ground between the Wilsons and their children
Yeah.
because she's what
Absolutely.
50 something. They've got to be in their 70s.
Right.
So I think she had a specific perspective on what the world was like, and then had a loss with her husband,
Hmm.
and then found the world, went out into the world, and found that the world is cold and dreary. Goes back home for some comfort and finds that it can't turn that off.
In fact, the cold and dreary world exists at home too. You just didn't
Yeah.
see it before.
And they're not all outsiders. They're not all
Yeah.
visitors. They're not all
Yeah.
tourists. And she may not have had the acumen to really see that in other people. I think she still
Hmm.
hopes for the best. I think she's
Yeah.
still an optimist.
I think she probably lived a very
But
idyllic life with Frank too, right? Like they were a
school
Salmon,
teacher,
Georgia, right?
yeah.
They were a very
Fishing,
devoted, idyllic marriage.
yeah.
School teaching, yeah, fishing. Very
I mean,
naive,
and
a naive way of living, right?
she would have also have spent a great deal of time alone too, because when he was at the war, we'll get into his war years a little bit later.
Hmm.
There's and she's whatever trauma, people in our parents went through, our grandparents went through.
Yeah.
She lived through all of that. So she
She
lived
sort
through
of
the
came
women's
up in
lib
sort of
movement.
the American exceptionalism sort of era, right? Which still
Was she
lingers in
would
some
she
places, right?
count as a greatest generation?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I have to do the math. But she does feel like a post-war, like that would have been when her and
Yeah.
Frank in the 40s and 50s are living sort of their early life together in that sort of post-war boom, right?
Yeah. I don't think she ever has a birthday. I don't remember an episode where she has a birthday.
No birthday. She's a fresh 29 the whole time.
Other people have birthdays, but I don't
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
she does.
Yeah. She said she's a Pisces.
Um, it's true. I think we're led to believe that she's roughly the same age as Angela Lansbury. And what,
Yeah, I think
Angela
so.
Lansbury was 53 or so when this started?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Although she would have retired already. That's an interesting note. But I guess you can retire if your house is paid for and you're collecting
Right.
on your husband's insurance.
Exactly. Oh.
Uh, should I final thoughts on the outcome and conclusion of
Yeah, or
When
even
Thieves
just
Fall
the
Out?
episode in general. There's a lot that I really love about it, to be honest. I think the John Glover performance is very magnetic. He's very fun to watch. He has enormous presence on the screen, and I think it's a
It's all
much better
sexy.
showing for him. There is something very hot about his determination
His
and
cool collectedness.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the way he's subversive about it in a non-illegal way too. Like nothing he's doing is against the law, but he still manages to have this huge impact on these people. Well, maybe the Joker box was a little was a little trespassy,
He's
but
finally he's indulging. He's
yes.
indulging in being in control for the first
He's
time.
twirling his mustache a little bit, and it's
Yes.
fun for us to watch. And we want
Yes.
justice for him too, because we know he's in the right. And we know that these other characters are hiding things. And so
Oh,
he's a very satisfying person to root for in the
if
episode.
audience at home, if you're listening to this and you think we are totally off base and that John Glover's the true villain of the piece, I particularly would like to hear from you
Honestly,
because
yeah.
I would love to know if you didn't fall for what this episode gave.
Do
If
you know the
you think,
movie? Yeah. Double Jeopardy?
oh
Did you ever
yeah,
see
with
that
Ashton
with
Judd.
Ashley Judd and
Yes,
that final
Tommy Lee
scene where
Jones.
she shows up and confronts him and she says, "Well, I can kill you because I've already done the time and been tried for it." There's something
Right,
like that here, right? Like he's already served the
right.
time, and so he's had all this time to understand
And he has
how
no
he's going to
intention of
maneuver
killing
the
anybody.
situation. No, he's not
Right.
going to. But
Yeah.
he is going to play with his food a little bit, right? And
Yeah.
he earned it.
Which is funny because it also shows what a twist in development other people can provide. Because if we are led to believe that he was this hippie hitchhiker,
Yeah.
who a non-threatening hippie hitchhiker at
Mm-hmm.
that, if he was going to anti-Vietnam rallies, if
Yeah.
he's to go from flower child to puppet master is
Uh-huh.
such a change in priorities.
Uh-huh.
To no longer have faith in the goodness of humanity
Right.
is such because of other people
Yeah.
is such a specific journey,
It's
and
very
it's
sad
not
to
the journey of a
think
hero.
he left that car to find help for this man who was dying, and he came
Yeah.
back to the dead man and then served the
The
time
rest.
for it. It's
Yeah.
just it's no wonder he's hardened, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not the way Sam is hardened in the days dwindle down. Sam is just a broken man because his family thinks he may have committed some sort of crime. Not John
Right.
Glover. No, he becomes hardened and determined and persists in his innocence. And so for me, he's a very rootable character. I really
Yeah.
like him in this episode. I think he's one of the stronger performances in the series so far. And he doesn't have to do too
I
much either.
Right. Right. Well, I think also so him being a hitchhiker transient, I think we also need to contextualize for a lot of present day
Hmm.
how controversial that
Mm.
behavior was, how looked down upon a
Yeah.
lot of those individuals were. The
A bit of a
Vietnam
pariah,
War,
right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, because in theory he also didn't serve. So there
Right.
also is a deserter quality
Hmm.
in that in a war that to date is still argued about
Yeah.
how viable it was to be a part of. So, and in 67, getting early on the train there, frankly. the idea of this was so controversial that if this was done today, we would probably have to racially code it. We probably would have to
Absolutely.
do something to clue the
Yeah.
audience in as to why he was such an easy target.
Hmm.
But back in the day,
Right.
easy, easy.
Well, we've
And
talked
we
on
talk
this
about
series
race.
before, yeah, or
Yeah,
even transient or disadvantaged people. We talk about how
yeah,
we don't want to see them go through shit on this show
right,
because
right.
the world has doesn't done it already, right?
And the show's pretty good on them.
Yeah, they are.
It does not villainize
Right.
people with mental health issues, or it does show a lot of fake disability. I will say that a
Yeah.
lot of people
A lot of
using
disability
that
fraud, right? Yeah.
fraud. Yeah, but those
Uh-huh.
people aren't bad because they do that. They
Yeah.
do that because they're bad.
Right.
So I think it still manages to,
Hmm.
subvert that. When we get to the episode Indian Giver, which is a complicated episode as well, it's
Hmm.
also this season,
Yeah.
we see how easy it is for the town to make a pariah out of someone easily because of who they are, out of their
Yeah.
race, or because of their distinction. Here, that time has passed. He's he's technically passable now. He's allowed now. He's
Hmm.
dressing California casual. He's acceptable now,
Yes,
and he's
yes.
causing all these problems.
Well, he's playing the part of the preppy white boys now.
Yeah, yeah,
That's why
yeah,
he can come to Jessica's door and she can smile and take him to the house and have a great, lovely conversation with him, right?
right.
It's not
And
if
he's
he showed up as his hippie self, I don't think that scene would have happened the same way, right? Jessica
right.
would not have treated him the same way. I don't think. I don't think she would have been terrible to him, but
No, we do see
it would have
her
shaded her
with
vision, right?
we do see her with a former hippie transient
Yeah.
later, but in very different circumstances. In fact, is that this season? It might be this season because I think it's a Tupper episode, and we're actually in our last season of Tupper. I don't know if you realized.
Yeah, yeah, we are. He retired 2 seasons ago, and
Um,
here we are.
here, yeah,
I
of
need a
his five,
Metzger.
we're down one. We're
Yeah.
down one of five.
Ugh.
No, we don't get Metzger till next season.
I know.
Um,
I like Metzger a lot.
I know.
I think he's more fun.
Uh, yeah, sorry, we got I interrupted. We got on a tangent, but yeah, as you were
Yeah.
concluding.
Well, I guess so. So the John Glover performance, I think, is really exceptional. I will watch this again and again just to watch him. I think he's just magnificent in it. I do think that there are one too many generic white guys. There's a whole character, Dan the drunk, who has nothing to do with this, and they bring him up like, I wonder what made him drink. I wonder what. No resolution, nothing. He doesn't even get a line after he's fired in the beginning. He's just like wandering the streets drunk, right? I don't know why that character's there. I feel like it just takes up space that we don't need to take up. So that's one criticism I have. And then the other thing that I wish were explored a little bit more is the character of Judge Perry Silman's wife, Tara, who has wonderful presence, but she gets nothing to do. She just stands there full of secrets. But then
Yeah.
there's no
Well,
payoff for her.
do you think they know everything? Are we led to believe that they know everything?
I don't know. And that's what I kind of wish I want. I want more of that. Did Dan the drunk, did he start drinking because he knew what had happened? That
And that
Coach
was his
killed
coping.
somebody? Are Perry and Tara keeping this secret for Bill because they know what happened? I don't know. I feel like those storylines don't get the resolution that I want them to, particularly when we get such mysterious scenes in that judge's office with them. It's like the only real character who spills the beans is Allison, Bill's wife. She's the one who gets to have some sort of closure or conclusion, and I think she's really good at it too. The other characters I think are shortchanged by the writing a little bit.
Yeah, I could see that.
I mean, it's fine because there's a lot of payoff in other ways. One thing that I can't really contend with is whether I like the performance of Kenneth McMillan as the coach or not. Because I despise the coach because of what he's done. And I don't know if I like the performance, though.
I see that. I see
Yeah.
that. And I kind of would love to see it done by somebody else. I
Yeah.
think You know what it is? I think I
he almost looks untrustworthy from the beginning, which I don't know if that serves the story. I don't know. There's something weird about it for me that doesn't quite line up. I think on the page it makes sense, but the performance is a little. And I cannot decide if it's because I think the character is so despicable that I don't like the performance. I can't decide. I might have to sit with
I
that.
feel yeah, I feel like if it had been done by someone like Ernest Borgnine or Paul Sorvino or something like
Hmm.
that, that we would get
Borgnine would be
more.
a great option for this. I think.
We get a taste of it
Yeah.
in that Orbach episode,
Yeah.
which is why obviously he comes to mind here.
Hmm.
Um, I I I don't know.
You
I
see what
can
I'm
see
saying,
it
right? Like
being
there's something
absolutely,
missing. Yeah.
but part of that I feel could be missing, and maybe this is just, overanalyzation theater of where this hasn't bothered him for 20 years.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just that guy, and it just he's had to convince himself to that regard. So he's a beige nothing guy who only has
Hmm.
one thing going for him, and that's coach of this
His sycophants.
team. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's his one claim to fame. And that's what I mean. And also, I don't spend enough time with sports people in the 80s to know if this is a particularly accurate depiction.
Right.
But uh, I see it. Like we see a little bit of this in the other sports episodes.
Right. Well, think about something like Revenge of the
Um,
Nerds, right?
oh God, it's been forever.
Right.
It's been 84 years.
But that's a football team with a coach who's just as despicable as they are, right?
Mm,
It's 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 printed all over media. We see it in
right.
TV, we see it in movies. This feels like that in a sort of a light way. This isn't quite so aggressively nasty, but it is telling the same story that like just because you're a coach doesn't mean you're a good guy.
Yeah. I think I would have liked to have seen him. I mean, I know I mentioned Paul Sorvino and Ernest Borgnine, and as affable as those individuals are,
Hmm.
what if it had been someone like Buddy Hackett?
Oh my
What if it had
gosh.
been, what if it had
Right.
been someone who is just like a sweetheart?
Yeah.
Could you have
Maybe the
like,
casting is a little too on the nose in a way, and doing something a little out of box would have been more
yeah,
interesting, and it'd be easier for me to understand how I feel about
maybe
it.
too much, too many beats to play
Yeah,
with, but
yeah.
I think I that would have been like Bob Denver. Like, what if it had been like,
Mm,
someone who I'm going with roly poly guys because he's a roly
yeah,
poly character.
yeah.
But what if it was somebody lanky and sort of nebbish and undeserving, but
Right.
people really liked and really like had
What if
a
it's someone who had more? Because frankly, I don't think this guy has the charisma to be a well-liked character.
but
I
he's a
think
well-liked character legacy. He had to
yes,
have been charismatic 20 years earlier.
true. And this is sort of what he's turned into after all those
I mean,
years and his
I've met
retirement.
people
I
that
don't know.
are icons in the industry or icons in the community, and I'm like, I don't know why they like this person.
Right. That's true. That's
But
true.
not everyone's a Citizen Kane, like
Yeah.
but they get away with it. They get
Yeah.
away with it. And yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I
And I
think and that's the scary thing is that a lot of times when we do have like a Sandusky or a Snake in the Grass or like
hmm
the Gilgallo murders or something like that,
yeah.
and everyone's like, "Oh, they seemed like a nice guy." Yeah, they did seem like a nice guy.
I mean that's a great example. He seemed like a perfectly generic nice guy, right?
Yeah.
I
And
don't
maybe
know.
having somebody more notable. I mean, I don't know the actor off the top of my head, so maybe
I
having
don't
someone more
either.
notable would have also shifted focus.
And I'm not trying to say
But
that I think he's a bad actor because I think the performance is decent. I just there's something maybe a little lacking. Even the confession scene at the end, there was something a little resigned about it that felt not quite in one space or another. It felt a little too ambiguous for me. I wanted more of a point of view from him in that confession scene. I was missing that a little bit. And so maybe that's also why I'm not sure about what I think about the performance. Especially
And
when you
that
have
is,
somebody like John Glover show up
yeah,
with such a point of view, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
Oh, and that might be one reason that this episode is hit or miss for people,
yeah, maybe.
you know?
Maybe.
So, but oftentimes we will find a way to
Hmm.
turn every stone and look into it.
That's right. That's what we do here.
That's what we do. And I don't know if we needed, fake wheelchair guy. I don't know if we needed
Yeah.
the skulls conspiracy meetings. They certainly add texture, but
Yeah.
the meat of this really is you don't know things, Jessica. You think you do.
Yeah.
Sorry
Everybody's
about
doing
it.
some scary ass shit. The monster
Yeah,
is not always out there. Sometimes it's right inside your own front door.
right. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, then that was the 80s, wasn't it? Like this was really the
Yeah.
beginning of like the don't trust your neighbor
Mm-hmm.
revisitism from because I mean, even if we had like the McCarthy hearings and things like that, that was don't trust the elite.
Mm-hmm.
This, I mean, with some don't trust your neighbor too, but don't trust
Right.
the outsider. This is don't trust the people that you live next to,
Yeah.
which is why horror movies adjusted to babysitter killers and,
Exactly.
suburbia.
Versus Dracula's or
Yeah.
satanic cults or whatever.
It's
Although
satanic cults
Rosemary's
next
Baby,
door.
that is like a neighbor thing too, right?
But
Yeah.
that's that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but that's why they're pioneers in that
Right.
in
Ahead of
that
their
genre.
time. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and she's the outsider going in. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's
Mm-hmm.
that perspective too. I mean, a lot of that is also fear mongering of you exploring outside your sandbox. That's a lot of
Yes.
that too. Yeah.
Oh, true.
Ah,
Yeah.
I love genre. I love genre.
Me too.
Well, when next we meet in Quebec. So we say
We're going
goodbye
to
to Cabot
Canada,
Cove.
eh?
We say goodbye to Cabot Cove until episode 7.
Yeah.
So we're going on a little road trip to Quebec to a convent in somewhere in the New England area.
Ooh, I can't wait for it. I can't wait
Yeah,
for it.
and then even a return of Emma McGill.
We sure
So
do.
and Mr. Belvedere is
And no
showing up.
Jessica in that one, right?
None,
None. It's just Emma.
none. Yep,
No
yep.
Parent Trap gimmick
Just an
here.
Emma. So we'll see because you had thoughts about that last time.
I
So
did. I
we'll
didn't love
we'll
that.
get
So
it.
I
I
think I'm
know.
looking more forward to Emma on her own figuring shit out.
It's a decent mystery. It's got some, and
Yeah.
we love broads. It's got some
Mm-hmm.
broads, and it's got a young Jane Leaves. So it's got
Oh
good stuff
yeah.
going in there. It's
Jane
got good stuff
Leeves
in there.
playing some street trash, right? She's the best.
Yeah, somebody common, obvious.
Commoner, yes.
And an insane murderer, an insane
Yes.
murderer choice.
Very.
Oh my gosh! All right, that's not for a while. Let's
It's
let's
it.
let's cool our jets. Um, yeah. So that was when Thieves Fall Out. You know what? I like it. I dig
Me
it.
too.
Cool.
Does it for me.
Does it for me.
Hmm?
All right, folks at home, do the follows, do the likes, do the subscriptions, comment if you can. I'd love to hear your thoughts. We both would love to hear your thoughts. If it's easier for you to comment on a YouTube video, go to Petrified Presents on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll find this and every other episode. And I think
Have a
that's it, right?
conversation with us.
Yeah, we'd love
We
to
want
chat.
to
We'd love
talk
to chat.
too. We're just
Listen,
talking. We're just talking.
we're
Listen.
just talking, no big whoop. I'm Victor Devon.
I'm petrified.
And this
And this
was
was
Tonight
Tonight on
on
Murder,
Murder,
She Wrote.
You thought it was gonna be more fun because of that puppet thing too. Got
You
real,
know
real
what?
dark, real quick.
I
Real
don't
dark,
know.
real
A
quick.
Jack in the Box is never not scary.
I know.
It's
Yeah.
always spooks.
Do 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 do.